So Co.Louth National 2015 or so in nice Co.Louth.
Yeah, I mean it's great. We've got hundreds of activists here from across the 32 counties. We've got international guests here from Catalonia, from the Basque Country and from Palestine. And so there'll be a lot of debate, a lot of discussion. We've got elected reps here to sort of facilitate the evening and make sure everything runs smoothly. And I mean, by the looks of things, it's going to be the biggest Republican Youth Congress ever. So it's great to have it here in the South Armagh area.
2014 was a big year for the movement.
Massive. For Sinn Féin Republican Youth particularly, I mean, we're involved in a lot of campaigns north and south. And internationally, I mean, it means a lot as well, so there'll be a lot to discuss today. We're very close to being a government in the South, and so these are going to be the future activists that are going to shape the policy of that government. So I mean, this isn't just a talking shop. I mean, this is legitimate, this is about politics, it's about policy, and the debate we have here today is going to be very, very important for the future of Ireland, not least north and south.
Matt, it's been a while since you've sat in the body of that hall as a delegate. It must be great to see so many young Republicans here this morning.
It is, and I'm always impressed when I attend Sinn Féin Republican Youth events to hear the level of debate, the level of engagement, and to see the enthusiasm, the idealism, and the sense that this is a group of young people who want to be part of what is something big.
Of course, this is a forerunner for the RDS, for the party, but interesting to see the sorts of motions being discussed here this morning.
Very wide-ranging and very specific in terms of strategy, in terms of wider policy areas, and of course the theme that's running through it all is the sense that this isn't just a party and a group of people who are outlining a wish list. These are policies that people are debating now in view of these are what we would implement as a party in government. The success of SYRIZA in Greece has shown what it takes to take power, to bring about fundamental change, and what it needs more than anything is a strong, coherent, united political party leading that, and that's what I think we are doing here today with young people. That's what we'll be doing at the Ardèche in March. This is about a party that are following the examples of others, but very much taking into account the unique circumstances of Ireland, in that we are already in government in the north. We are becoming an increasingly important opposition party in the 26 counties, and we need to tie all that together with a view to taking power across this island on behalf of the people who've been dispossessed for too long.
Alright, Ken, great to see so many young people here this morning engaged, focused on politics.
It is, because one of the things, you know, I'm getting to that middle-aged level now, and we talk about the next generation. That's always important to see. You don't have to agree with them. It's important to see that there's a couple of hundred young people willing to get up on a Sunday morning, willing to talk politics, willing to listen to someone who they know will have a completely contrary view. But more important than that, actually listening to them quietly, waiting until they're finished, not shutting them down. So yeah, I'm very happy to see that sort of thing. I get criticised sometimes. People say, well, why are you going down to talk to them? And I take the view because, as I said in my talk there, I've been in favour of power sharing my adult life. And I think if people want to know about unionism or one aspect of unionism, I'd rather they heard it from me than just assume that something that's annoyed them about unionism or loyalism represents all of the beliefs. I like to think that maybe some of the people in that hall thought, well, maybe there are people within unionists who are thinking, who aren't bigots, who have looked at things, who have analysed things, and are simply saying, this is what I think, how are you going to respond to it? And that's why it's important for that younger generation, because maybe some of them will come away and think, well, that's a fair point. How do we win those people over in the event of a border poll? Because they're not just going to roll over.
As a young Sinn Féin councillor who's just recently got on the wonderful council, it's just great to see so many young Republican activists out here this morning on a Sunday morning. I think we've over 200 activists here. It just shows the strength of Sinn Féin Republican Youth and how Sinn Féin itself are engaging with young people. And this evening we're going to go in and we're going to have comrades from the Basque Country, we're going to have comrades from Catalonia and Palestine, and it'll be great to hear the international side of our movement also, and we're going to begin on their emotions later on in the evening, and I look forward to that there also.
Scafte Moore, Sewell and Shaw, Trinona and Co.Louth National Sinn Féin.
Tá mérbí Sinn Féin Shaw le daoine ar Coislam gaci páirte rud amhaid agus ag gach Commerceide agus díosbrachtaí agus ag fulam rudí nua faoin fáirtí nach rós agam roimh seo agus ag gaci páirte imachtaí náthíoin a roméid ag gaci páirte ananiu agus coppla deis na mai hanbúlaí le daoine fud fad an tír. Tá mé ar béis le bhéin seo le daoine ar Coislam le na simime na céarna tá agam agus a bhfuil mé able to Commerceide ólach a bheith agam lá agus díosbrachtaí slanseil an rudí nua ólam.
How important is it the links between Palestinians and Sinn Féin continue?
Sinn Féin always support the Palestinian struggle against the Israeli occupation, and they are always contacting the Palestinians either on the government levels or on the youth level or the normal level. We have a long history with the Sinn Féin and the support of the Sinn Féin, and recently, I mean, we got the recognition of the parliament for the Palestinian state, and it was the motion done by the Sinn Féin after Mr. Jerry Adams went to Palestine and met the president, and they worked for that, and they were really managed to do this, and we hopefully that the government of Ireland as well will continue on the same, I mean, and take the same step towards recognizing the state of Palestine. Really, I was impressed. They are very well politicized, very well politically educated, and they are full of energy. It's the leaders of the future. This is what I could see today.
Your impressions of Sinn Féin's National Youth Congress?
Okay, well, it has been really nice. The relation between the Basque youth and the Irish youth has gone for quite a long time now. We still remember the first visit of people coming to the Basque country to see how the youth organize there. So for us, it's a great pleasure to come here, see how Sinn Féin Republican Youth keeps growing and keeps becoming stronger and keeps fighting for a new Ireland, for a united Ireland. So for the Basque country is really important because there is a solidarity link between our peoples and most of all between our youth movements. Coming here is a way of showing to ourselves that the young people does have ideas, does have strength, and they can keep the struggle. The struggle has changed, so has young people. Young people is not anymore as it used to be, and we are lucky that our young people keeps changing and keeps changing with the time, so that we still have the opportunity to keep up our struggle through new means and through new opportunities.
Odrin, a long way from Cork City on a Sunday morning?
This was a long way up, but the trip was worth it. We had a workshop just there before lunchtime, and so we were discussing various strategies, for example, campaigns, which is a good thing because we need young people, you know, going forward, coming up to the elections in May and next year, to be aware, you know, of how you know, we plan campaigns. So some advice they were given in the workshops was how to plan campaigns on various campuses through college, which is a good thing because it's something we definitely need to build up, especially as we build up the movement and the party.
Michelle O'Neill, an inspiring Congress?
Yes, absolutely. It's great to see so many young people here today debating all the issues. All the current issues are being discussed. The debate's certainly been lively, very heated in times, but very comradely, and I think it's fantastic to see. There's no doubt the future leadership of our movement is in this room. I'm so pleased to see so many people come along here and spend their Sunday debating all the current topics, and fair play to each and every one of them. So it's a room full of young people, but yeah, you can see the number of people here that are elected into positions of councils, and that is just tremendous. We are a youth party, we are a party with a fantastic youth movement, and that's very evident, and why shouldn't the young people take positions of responsibility in councils and represent the needs of young people in society?
Well, it's very heartening as a young elected rep to come here and see the levels of young people here right from all over the Ireland, but also the fact that we're kind of constructively engaging and developing ideas around party policy, because, you know, now we're in a unique situation. We're on the cusp of taking power, we're on the cusp of achieving our objectives, so it's really, really good to kind of get stuck in and kind of flesh it out, you know. One of the pressing issues of debate is going to be our participation in government in the 26 counties, and the whole theme of the debate is to make sure that you know, it's our policy that's been implemented, and it is a Republican footprint not only on the budget but on all aspects of government policy.
A real sense in the 26 counties in particular that our time is close?
Definitely. In my own electorate area we took 4 quotas, and that's never been seen before, so, you know, we are gaining traction, we are becoming more salient to the population, and, you know, we're really, really there. I've never got this sense in any other election right until now that we know something special going to happen, and it's very important for young people to be involved in that.
We're having a really good debate here today, and it's so important, I suppose, that we're actually listened to. And the thing is, you know, I've been involved in a lot of youth groups at different different stages at younger ages, and you know, some of them, you know, it was I suppose you can speak, oh that's great, you can speak, but you know, we're actually getting action here, and you know, this will go towards party policy, you know, so this is just so important here today. Everybody's having a good time, and you know, it's really great to see everybody so interested, you know, I suppose as young people in their country, you know.
Stephen, lots of interesting motions being debated here this afternoon.
Absolutely, it's fantastic. It's a good debate, very interesting. Great to get different views from different young activists in the party. Some very interesting motions that challenge the party's views in some ways, and we have good debate, but it solidifies our views in many ways. The spirit in here today, the energy, people believe that this is a generation for change, this is a generation for United Ireland. Social change, economic change, things are changing, everyone sees it, it's coming, and we're the generation that's going to deliver it.
Yeah, well, Leitrim, we're not exactly getting the best of deals at the minute. Nowhere in the West is, but we have to make best with what we have. Fracking is a big issue at the minute around home, and hopefully we're sticking to our guns and we're making moves to finish it. Within my region, within my parish alone, every second house is somebody that's gone to Australia, in Australia and New Zealand. My own sister has just come home. My neighbour has just come home. Out of my class of 15, there's currently 5 living between Australia and New Zealand. Our GAA team is ripped apart. It's really, really sad to see that there is no jobs around home other than those who are sticking to the family farm or working in local shops or public sector. There's nothing really that can be invested there. No foreign businesses are going to be attracted, again because of infrastructure, because of broadband. It's good to see people from all over, from Cork, from Belfast, from Leitrim, from Galway. Young people getting involved. The things we're voting on here today, potentially after the next election in the 26 counties, these could be real issues, these could be real policies that we have to act on. So today is a good day to beat those out, to discuss them and have everyone's opinion on it.
What a buzz in the room, the level of debate, the amount of young people, the enthusiasm and the energy and the drive in this room today has just been unbelievable. I'm delighted and honoured to be here. This really is the future of our country, of our party, and I have no doubt that with the activists in this room today and their dedication to the Republican struggle, that we will have no trouble in achieving what many people gave their lives for over the past decades. Obviously we touched on 1960 and the commemorations that are going to be going on in the next year. Delighted to hear that next year's Co.Louth is going to be in Cork. Have to try and get down to that as well. But I just think it's been credit to the organisers, credit to everybody who travelled down to the Carrickdale here this morning, and I wish them every success in the year ahead.
Declan Kearney as National Chair, you must be inspired.
Oh, inspiration's absolutely the way to describe it. It's been a really terrific day. The buzz and the positive energy in the room's been sky high. Terrific turnout throughout the whole course of the day, and most significantly, young people from every part of the island. One of the best things about it is how disciplined young Republicans are. If they're asked to speak for a minute, they speak for a minute. They very rarely exceed their time limits. They're very democratic with one another. They ensure that everybody gets to speak, and they always run to time. You have a blend of young people here who have been involved since the new strategy was adopted 4 years ago, who brought a lot of seniority and authority to that new direction, and many other young people who have been inspired by that lead and who have followed through and who are attending here today. And another very notable element of today's attendance are the huge number of young Republican councillors who are here. Young people in their early 20s, not more than their mid-20s, all elected last night, elected north and south. They're county councillors, they're city councillors, and you see that reflected in the quality of the debate and the contributions, the foresight, the strategising and the depth of thinking and the discussion throughout the course of the afternoon and across a whole range of complex policy issues. So you have to be inspired when you see all of that. It's politics in action.